Well, good morning, everyone. Glad that everyone came today. Glad that you all could be here to take part in this celebration. It's something that's very special for us here at the Greater Lynchburg Transit Company, as well as the city of Lynchburg. And I'm glad that Mayor Foster, that you were able to come as well and take part in this. This is an exciting time. So we're here to celebrate the accomplishments of our staff that competed in various rodeos, bus and maintenance rodeos, over the past few months. So I'm sure many of you all are wondering, what is a rodeo? Well, there's not any horses or cowboys or cattle, but we do have a lot of horsepower, barrels, and contestants. And in fact, it's rodeo with an A. So play a little bit on the words there, but it is a competition that is, it's sort of like the Olympics in the transit world. The transit industry takes it very seriously. It's a competition for both our maintenance personnel as well as our bus operators. So a little bit about the competition. The maintenance personnel compete in a number of different areas to where they are required to inspect a component unit of the vehicle and resolve the issue that's wrong with that unit within 10 minutes. They have 10 minutes to do that, to find out what the problem is and then take action to correct it. And our maintenance team probably can tell you it's a little tough sometimes when you're on a time limit to do that. But some of the skills that they're tested on is air-conditioned systems, engine and transmission diagnostics, air brake systems, as well as vapor and air door systems. Our operators compete and are judged in several areas to include their appearance, pre-trip inspection, smoothness of operation, as well as their driving skills. The operator must, as a part of the competition, inspect the vehicle to find planted defects, problems that may be wrong with the bus, as well as identifying one security hazard that's been planted on the bus that might affect the safe operation of the vehicle. This is something that's done on a daily basis that our operators do each day before they take a bus out to ensure that the vehicle is safe to operate for that day. They're also tested their driving skills, and while they're doing that test, they're maneuvering through a series of obstacles on a course, and while doing that, they're being observed for their smoothness of operation of the vehicle, as well as their safety habits and how safely they're operating the vehicle. Some of the obstacles that the drivers go through are testing their ability to make left turns and right turns, backing maneuvers, servicing a passenger stop, and then the final one that everyone likes is they're driving through an alley, a narrow alley at 20 miles an hour to avoid hitting a series of barrels that are within 2 inches of the vehicle once they get to the end of the alley. So in Lynchburg here, we held a local rodeo in December. Some of you all, well actually everyone that was here participated in that event that we're going to recognize here shortly, and that local rodeo was on a snowy morning, had a little bit of struggles getting it off the ground, but we did make it happen, and we were very happy to do that. From there, we had 3 operators, and our maintenance team qualified to move on and compete at the state level. And Lynchburg, GLTC, was able to have the pleasure of hosting the Virginia State Rodeo this past year in March. And that's something where all of the transit properties from across the state send operators of maintenance personnel to compete in this competition. In total, we had 11 properties compete, and 7 of those properties had maintenance teams at that competition. And the goal is to see who can be the best in the state. And what I'll say is that we didn't let other guys show us up on our own turf, so that's why we're here today. And I'll have a few individuals that I'm going to recognize here. And I would like to ask our board president, Christian DePaul, as well as Mayor Foster, if you all would just come up and help me present these awards. Our first award recipient is Brittany Evans. She is an operator with us and has been with the company a little over 2 years. And this was actually her first time competing in the rodeo, is that correct? So she competed in the local first time, was the highest scorer in the 40-foot division at our local rodeo, and then was able to go on and compete in the state rodeo as well. So I'm very proud of that. It's a big accomplishment for your first time to be able to qualify for the state. So I'll allow Mayor Foster, if you'll want to come over, she'll present the award.
That's awesome.
Let's grab a picture real quick. Yep, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Our next group of individuals is our maintenance team, and we'll recognize them collectively. Johnny Birch, Scott Poindexter, and Jeremy Branham. These three individuals collectively have over almost 60 years of experience with GLTC. Johnny's been here, I believe, over 30 years, Scott right around 15, and Jeremy's around 10 years. I think Scott actually is a repeat. So if you of coming to us and then going away and then coming back, but he's been here 15 years since then. And this team did well. Out of the 7 participants, they placed 3rd in the state competition. So if you all would like to come up and be recognized, please. This is Scott. Go, Scott.
Thanks, Johnny.
That's Scott.
Congratulations.
And then Johnny.
Hey, John.
And then Jeremy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
We'll grab a picture here.
Well, I got next to the tall. No. Have to stay a little taller.
And I'll say that we have such confidence in our maintenance team, and especially Scott's ability, that we just promoted him to be the maintenance manager a couple weeks ago, taking over for Gary Terrace, who left a few months ago. So. Nathan Harris is the next person that we would like to recognize and ask him to come up. Nathan's been with GLTC for a little over 10 years and has been competing in the rodeo for nearly your entire tenure. Is that correct for the most part?
Since we first opened it up to
Okay.
competition, yeah, they started.
Okay. So Nathan won the Virginia Transit Liability Pools. That's our insurance pool for our vehicle insurance. They do a safety award every year, and he was awarded that award for the safest operator in the state competition. So I'll present that to you.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you. And I'll admit, he won that award despite me accidentally messing up the course on him. He was the last individual to go on the course, and I was a little too giddy to pack up and get ready to go home for the day that I started packing the last obstacle up before he finished it. So luckily we got everything back out before he come through, but I did get a little bit of a dirty look of like, what are you doing? So just to know that he's safe while other adversities are coming in. Too. And then our final individual that we would like to recognize is Jeremiah Gardner Jr. Jeremiah has been here. Jeremiah has been with GLTC for a little over 11 years, and he takes competing in the rodeo seriously, as does everyone else that has competed. So he competed locally, was I think second place in the 40-foot division, asked to switch to the 35-foot division to compete in the state because that's what he's more comfortable with, that's what he drives on a regular basis, and won first place overall operator in the state, which allowed him the opportunity to go on to the international competition And I'll say that he beat out 40 other operators to win the first place in the state. So we have the best driver in the state, but being the first place in the state allowed him to go on and represent Virginia in the international competition, which was held in Tampa, Florida earlier this month in the second week of May. There he competed against 80 plus other operators and won first place in the international competition with operators from across the United States and Canada. One for the international competition,
Lynchburg proud here.
and then one for the state.
We rocked the rodeo.
Yes,
didn't
we did. And I'll say this is a huge accomplishment because very few individuals ever qualified to actually be able to compete at the international, and very few individuals actually win the first time in their competition. Many individuals go year after year after year, and it's a very tough competition. I sat and watched a majority of the operators compete, and it's tough competition. They take it seriously, and it's a great accomplishment for us in Lynchburg. It's a great accomplishment for Virginia. And actually, this is the first time that someone from Virginia has won the international competition in over 30 years. So we're proud to have the top operator in the nation on our staff here at GLTC. And I'll close real quickly, just say I'm extremely proud of all you all's accomplishments, but I'm also proud of the work that you all do every day. The work that you all do every day for many individuals, it's their lifeline. It's who they're going to see first thing in the morning. It's an ear that they can talk to. And it's their only transportation, their only way to get around. So while we're very proud of the accomplishments that we're able to do in the competition, I'm also proud of everything that you all do every day. And I'd also like for all the GLTC staff that are present to please stand and be recognized, because everything that you all do, even though you were not a part of the competition, so all staff, even the participants, it's a big accomplishment, and I appreciate everything you all do every day. And I believe, do you have a few words you'd like to say?
No, I want to ride y'all's bus. I want to ride on that bus. That bus has been fixed by those folks. But, we really are Lynchburg proud of you guys and ladies. Just want to congratulate you. And I looked at the banners. Are they going to be on buses so we can just tell the whole community how awesome you all really did at this rodeo competition. So I'm really, really happy. I want to thank you for the service on the board president. I think, Jack, you also serve on the board, and do you serve on the board as well?
No.
Okay. I think there are some board, and Gary, you serve on the board? Well, there are some board members here, and I'm very appreciative that they've come out and support, and we are very, very proud of our bus drivers. And you said it correctly. Many in our community, a quarter of our population probably, depend on public transportation, and to have good, working, reliable bus. When I first got on council, I used to hear about the buses breaking down a lot. I don't hear that anymore, so you all definitely must be in charge. So, and then not being on time, I used to hear that. I don't hear that anymore. So thank you all for every day being a public servant, really, in this community and helping out our folks who need public transportation to get to school and to get to work, to get home in the evening. So thank you for what you do. Appreciate it.
I had the honor and privilege to attend the rodeo in March this year, and to say that I was impressed with your performance would be an understatement, because to watch you all work and see you in I would say, a more stressful situation because it's competitive, probably doesn't really pale in comparison to what you do every day for every person in the community when you have living beings on your bus. So you're always in competition. And it's your excellence and dedication to service that makes me proud to be part of this organization, just the board, not that we do anything in comparison to what you do. But I just want you to know that on behalf of the board, we're proud to be here for you, support you, and we will do what we can to keep this going because, as you know, public transportation hasn't caught on in the United States like it has in other countries. But as long as we have people like you on there doing this work and being this, having such a presence, promoting you is going to promote public transportation, and it's just going to be the best thing that we can hope for in this community. So we thank you on behalf of the board. I'd like to say we're proud of you and look forward to many more years of success for you.
And we have 2 more items. Steve is going to get us set up here real quick if you want to go ahead and set us up, Steve. We've got one short clip, and I think he needs to get right where you're at, Jeremiah. So, got one little clip. Our previous general manager, Josh Baker, wanted to be here today but was unable to attend due to some family emergency issues. But he's wanted to send his regard to you all. And in talking with Jeremiah at the International Rodeo, we spent 4 days together down there. And Jeremiah really credited Josh to getting the rodeo started again here in Lynchburg. There were several years that due to budget and other constraints that limited Lynchburg from being able to participate at the state level as well as even doing one locally. And Josh, when he came, he really pushed and got the rodeo started. So Jeremiah wanted to mention that, and I have passed that along to him, that you credit him for doing that. So Josh wanted to send a few words here, and as soon as Steve gets us set up, we'll watch the video.
Sorry that I couldn't be there today. I was really looking forward to the event celebrating Jeremiah's accomplishment. I just wanted to send this brief video message just to say how very proud I am of Jeremiah and GLTC and the whole team there. It really is a special accomplishment to have been able to get this kind of an award on a national level. I mean, the reality is that rodeos are taken very seriously. I know that from the time that I was in a rodeo when I was still in college and showed up in my t-shirt and jeans thinking I was going to have some fun, and there were some real serious folks there who were really having a great time showcasing their skills. It really made me respect the industry and what's done, and really just how much time and effort is put into preparing for these events, and ultimately what the competition means and what it means to win. So I'm sorry that I couldn't be there again, but I just wanted to send my best wishes to Jeremiah and the entire team. I'm just so very proud, and reflecting on my time in Lynchburg, it really was an exciting time and a great group of people, and I just couldn't think of a more deserving recipient to bring home the trophy to Virginia for the first time in something like 30 years. So I hope that you're all having a great time, and I do send my very best, and please enjoy some celebration. On my part, know that I'm there in spirit, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Until next time, take care, travel safe, be great out there on the road, Jeremiah. Keep up the good work. Take care.
And then our last item that we have, as you indicated about having it on the side of the bus, let's all go outside. We have 2 buses parked outside. Let's take the sheet off and see what's behind it. So again, as Mayor Foster said, she was hoping that we would have those posters on the side of the buses to show how proud we are of our operators and the accomplishments that we've had. So I guess I'll do a countdown and we can pull the sheets off. So we'll do 3, 2, 1. Let's reveal.